Yo, so today I want to show you a little bit about Dark and Darker. We're going to go over my favorite class at the moment, Fighter. And if we can get 3 likes on this video, and I'm a brand new channel, 3 likes is a lot. It's reaching, I know. But if we can get 3 likes, I'll go ahead and drop the other kind of tips and tricks for the different classes, the Ranger, the Barb, all the rest of them, because today we're going to be going over the Fighter, one of my favorite classes, and we're going to be talking about the skills, the perks, and a little bit of things that you can do, a little bit of tips and tricks that I've found from, I've played every single playtest, the final 2 making it into the high roller leaderboard, the top 100, which is awesome. But besides that, we're here on the full game. So hyped, so awesome. First thing we'll go over though is the skills, and then we'll go into the perks and which ones kind of synergize, if that makes sense. First and foremost, we have Second Wind. This is something that you do not want to take off your character. It is absolutely essential, an amazing skill. You're going to recover 50% of your max HP for 12 seconds. It does negate Adrenaline Rush, but unless you're using it in specific instances, you're not really going to be using Adrenaline Rush too often, so it's great to always have Second Wind. You can pop it in a fight, when you're hurting PvE, you got no more heals left, whatever it is. Second Wind, absolutely amazing perk. Unfortunately, you do only have 1 charge throughout your whole dungeon, but it's worth it, trust me. The second one we have here, which is your other default one that they have you selected on, is going to be Sprint. It's going to increase your movement speed greatly, so you do actually move pretty fast. Even with your shield and weapon out, you normally move faster than almost every single class, even if they have their weapon sheath, which is really awesome. And that lasts for 6 seconds, so you can catch up to someone who's kind of breaking away around a corner, or someone you just saw. Easy way to close the distance on them. Now here we have Victory Strike, which is one of my favorite weapons, one of my favorite skills to use with good weapons, because if you have something that increases your max health, using this strike on, let's say, a skeleton or a little bat, something a little small where you know how many hits it's going to take to kill it, you can recover 5% of your total max HP. So not just a little bit, but all of your max HP, 5% of that. So 3 or 4 kills from there, you're going up in the world in terms of your health. Great way to recover. Then we have Taunt. It increases the aggro value of all monsters in a 7.5 meter area by 50% and increases your defense bonus by 15% for 8 seconds. It's pretty good. I really like it, but it's only going to be amazing if you're really running in a group. If you're solo, you're kind of just bringing the whole horde onto you. But if you're in a group, you need to get someone in the corner and things of that nature, it's an amazing, great one to have when you're rolling with a group. Then we have Shield Slam, one of my other favorite ones that I've been using recently, trying out a bit. It inflicts 25 physical damage on the player and reduces movement speed on the target by 20% for 2 seconds. So it's really good as a move to kind of block someone, a combo of finishing, hit them and swing real quick. And what I really like about Shield Slam is the versatility in terms of, at least with the animation, you can hit and then start your swing. It's not like, a swing, or ability, swing. You can kind of use it in a combo, which is really nice. Then we have Perfect Block, which is one of the most underrated brand new skills brought out across the whole game. And what it's going to do, it's going to completely block the next incoming attack. Great to use against barbs, if you're 1v3, 2v3, 3v3, whatever it is. Great, amazing PvP skill, and great for PvE bosses as well. If they're about to hit you with an amazing, absolutely life-ending strike, nah bruh, try me again, you feel me? Absolutely great. Love Perfect Block, and pretty underrated if you ask me. Then we have Breakthrough, removes all debuffs that move speed, that's slow speed. Oh my god, I can't talk. But it's removing all those debuffs that kind of keep you laid down, whether it's the beetles and the little screechy boys in the goblin caves, or the spells that people can hit on you. It's also going to work really, really well as a counter to a couple of rogues abilities that we'll go over in a future video as well. And then we have Adrenaline Rush, personally my least favorite ability, just because of how many times I have used it in the wrong scenario. It's not the ability, it's me, trust me. This one increases your attack speed by 25% for 8 seconds. After the duration ends, it reduces action speed by 8 seconds and move speed by 4 seconds for 4 seconds. Or 4% for 4 seconds, my apologies. So it's not the best in terms of that idea, but what it's great for is you're in a 1v3 situation, you're in a crowded group situation, you know you got someone low, you're trying to beat them to the punch in terms of killing each other. It's great for that, but personally I end up putting myself in bad positions and they're still alive when they hit seconds it's over and I'm dead. Because I'm not great at counting my health or keeping it in mind at least. Next, we're going to be moving on to the perks, starting off with my absolute favorite one, which is Weapon Mastery. These are kind of passives that are happening on your character. You don't got to click anything, but they're there. They just work. So Weapon Mastery, all weapons and secondary weapons are available regardless of your class requirement. So Fighter can use any weapon in the game. Although, if it's not a fighter, it gets a 10% physical damage penalty, which isn't insane, but it is unfortunate in that regard. But you can definitely make up for it in different buffs that you can get, different attributes on your weapon, so it's absolutely fine there. Love, love, love this skill. You can pick up something that you find incredible, blue, a green weapon, and still be able to use it while you're in raid. And dungeon. Then we have Swift. It reduces the base movement speed penalty for equipped armor by 20%. What's amazing about this is if you stack it with different items that have move speed, or let's say you're running a whole plate armor set, you're going to be able to actually move way faster than you would without it. And personally, it gives me a PvE advantage. That's what I like about it a lot. I can get out of the way attacks better. Then here we have Projectile Resistance, which I find these two a little bit interchangeable when you're working just with the base set, kind of depending on what you're struggling with, what you want to accomplish. Here I have on Projectile Resistances. I'm probably actually going to change that out for Shield Mastery right now. But Projectile Resistances in general, it reduces damage taken for projectiles by 10%. That counts for wizard stuff, that counts for the Dragonfly, Poison Spit, whatever it is. It counts. It gets it out of there. Next thing we have is Adrenaline Spike. So when you reach below 15% health, you get a 15% action speed bonus, whether that's attacking, interacting, things of that nature. I believe bandages and things like that, which is nice. So it kind of helps you just move faster when your health's lower and get that panic set in. Then we have Barricade, which is really, really good if you're really good at that blocking. When you're in defensive stance, your defensive rating is increased by 15%, and that's incredible if you're running items with stacks, because that can boost it up a lot. Then we have Combo Attack, physical damage power, or physical attack power temporarily increased by 10% with each successful melee attack within 2 seconds. So you can stack it a couple times with your hits, but it's really nice to continue the combo when you got the pressure on someone. Then you have Counter Attack, which is also another unutilized one, but I think a lot of PvP guys are using it. It's successfully blocking an attack increases your movement speed and attack speed by 10% for 3 seconds, which is absolutely insane, by the way. Then we have one of my personal favorites, just because it's blanket help. I don't have to think about it too much in what I'm doing. It increases your armor resistance or your armor rating by 10%. So if you're running something big, something blue or purple, it's going to give you a fat chunky bonus. And now we have the last two. I always like to think of synergizing them together. If you're not using them together, you're not doing the best. Equipping weapons in both hands increases attack speed by 15%, which is huge. Don't sleep on that. especially with the second offhand weapons being really fast. Don't sleep on that. And then we have Slayer, who can't equip plate armor, but when you're dual wielding, you get 5 weapon damage bonus. Not physical attack, no, 5 weapon damage bonus, which can be huge, especially with daggers, things of that nature. You're talking about scaling your DPS up exponentially. Really, really nice there. So that's a little bit of an overview on the perks and the skills with the fighter. But the last thing I want to mention before I get going here is a little bit of tips that you can use. And this first tip goes for any single character that you're playing. When you're crouching, if you do this with your mouse, look up, if you look up, your head's actually going to lean back and you're not going to be able to give up that headshot. So that's a great one to keep in mind. As well as with the fighter, if you're using your shield, make sure you're blocking towards where the attack is coming from. If they're swinging from a certain way, look towards the attack, kind of the same way that you would parry in a game like Chivalry or Mordhau. You want to be looking at where the actual attack is coming from and be blocking in that direction. Lastly, but not least, I want to say, guys, is do not sleep on this thing right here in my bottom left. Yes, you're going to stick out like a sore thumb, but boy, oh boy, this thing can save your life. It's absolutely insane in terms of archers 3v1ing, 3v1 to 3 groups using this Pavase before, or not this exact one, but using Pavase. It's absolutely insane the amount that you can do with it. Okay, I said lastly, one PS extra tip. Try to think about the weapons that you're throwing on your character and what they're going to do to your attack speed and what you personally like for your attack speed. If you like something really, really fast that you can hit very often, go with a rapier. But if you really do want that damage, if you're tired of getting a big chunk of you taken out, look at using a falchion. Look at using a heavy arming sword or a Viking sword. Look at these other options you have. Yeah, Horseman's Axe is great. Amazing, hits hard. Viking swords hit hard. Hatchets are offhands, but you guys get what I'm saying. So just keep that in mind. Even the two-handed weapons, they might seem slow, but you never know that you might get into a war with them. So like I said, if you guys want a little bit more in depth on the other classes, I'm more than willing to go into it. Just go ahead and try to get 3 likes on this video, pretty please. And if you guys did enjoy the content, you guys want to come hang out while we're playing some Dark and Darker, grinding our lives away, go ahead and check out the description. I got where I stream down there. And I hope you guys play this game, please. I know it's 35 or 50. I know it's 35. But goddamn, is it worth it? They're going through a tough time with their lawsuit, and they just brought out such a game that resonates with me. I absolutely love it. I haven't felt this way about a game in years. So, anyways,